Greetings, friends, and happy full moon. This is Elizabeth Shermer with an intuitive reading for the Scorpio full moon, which occurs at 5:58 p.m. Sunday, April 29th. That's Pacific time. And this is a big month. And the symbol or archetype that we can use to understand the power of the Scorpio full moon is the Prince of Cups in the tarot cards. And the Prince of Cups represents our capacity now to ground into the depths of our emotional strength. The Scorpio moon illuminates the depths of emotional power that connect us to lineage, that connect us to our wisdom, that connect us to the roots of our being, and also to our deep connections to each other, to our family, to our friends, and also to our entire collective, and even bridging worlds. So there's a deep activation with this moon of realizations and experiences of the truth of what does connect us, and new qualities of light that can help you experience healing around old misperceptions of perhaps what has been broken, or what has been damaged, or what has been incomplete, or what has been disappointing, so that you can claim a new level of healing and wholeness. And I'm smiling right now because I'm in my office that faces the backyard through beautiful French doors, and a hummingbird is flying back and forth as I'm speaking. So the message here from Hummingbird of joy is a big part of the gifts of this month, of the solar illumination, of the joy of this world, and the joy of the resources here, and the beauty of the value of what we have to share with each other, and to offer each other, and to build with each other and create with each other. So we'll be talking a little bit today about old patterns that are up for healing, and know that underneath all those old patterns is a huge frequency of joy that's available. I'm going to turn my phone off, but I'm actually liking the dinging because it's like an exclamation point of what we're talking about. So the lunar signature for this month, we're halfway through the current lunar cycle, is a huge expansion of new potential and new possibilities. And an interesting way that we are receiving new possibilities is to build our own momentum, our ability to stay in the flow of potential, and specifically by releasing or by having new insights into old patterns that we perceived as failure or limitation or obstruction. There's a way now where we can see those patterns as they unfold in specific circumstances, and see them as an interesting challenge in the moment, and not attach them as failure or go as obstacles that throw us off momentum, if that makes sense. There's a way in which this month, especially if we are available to new learning, that we can even write new stories and create new meaning to what in the past may have seemed like some form of limitation. And so if you are interested in learning about your own patterns in this way, you can ask the universe, ask your guides, your higher self, ask the cosmos to show you new perspectives on old habits or old mistaken beliefs. One of the frequencies right now is to transcend perceived failure. So if you ask the universe to teach you about failure, you will receive experiences of new understandings of failure. So what I recommend is ask the universe to teach you about mistaken beliefs or mistaken perceptions or mistaken habits, so that you can transcend old ideas of failure. So ask the universe to give you new blessings and new insights to release those old habits. And believe me, they will come. I've been having amazing teachings, and the treasures just keep unfolding. And I keep reminding the universe what I want to learn is what are the gifts hidden within these experiences that in the past perhaps caused me to think that I had, it caused me to go sideways. I'm holding the image of flowing down a stream or a beautiful river, a wild, beautiful river, and it's an exhilarating trip. And instead of getting hung up on rocks or stalled in an eddy, I'm learning to navigate those challenges and finding exhilaration in them, in the ability to move with those without getting stuck or thrown off course. So that's the theme of this month, and I'm spending some time on it because it is this is a big month, a big threshold we're crossing, and there's an exhilaration into the quality of collective expansion that's happening, and that's happening on a personal level and also in our immediate groups and also in our global collective, our global family. So know that this expansion is real, and this full moon is bringing us new illumination and new insights and new qualities of awareness so that we can even more step into our ability to participate and contribute and share in the adventure. So knowing the signature of this big month and the opportunities, I went to the cards and asked for some practical advice for us in this in the coming 2 weeks as we receive the light and then as we participate in exploring what these new understandings are over the coming 2 weeks of the remainder of this cycle. So the first card that I'd like to talk about is in the position of awareness. So as we receive the light, what is a quality that we can hold or be aware of in our minds and in our focus for maximizing the opportunities right now? And what we received was the Four of Cups, called luxury. The Four of Cups is a quality of emotional strength and coherence, a receiving of emotional well-being. So the message that we received very emphatically right now is from Hummingbird, is focus on blessings right now in your life, especially the blessings of your relationships and your connections and what you are learning and receiving from others and what you're learning and receiving about yourself. Focus on the blessings and the truth of the blessings. And that will create an infusion because that energy is really available right now. If you choose to focus on the blessings, because you get a choice in every moment of where you choose to put your focus. If you choose to focus on the feeling of abundance and the feeling of emotional blessing from your connections to others, that will put you in alignment with the natural momentum of this moon. So focusing on blessings and focusing on abundant well-being through our connections to others and through what we appreciate about ourselves and others leads us to a super interesting point of awareness of circumstances or the body. And so adjustment appeared, and adjustment is one of our big teachers right now about alignment with inner truth and the alignment of awareness, which is the central sword of choosing to focus our perspective within on what on our focus within and choosing to align with inner truth so that we can come into balance with our circumstances. Well, this card came up reversed, and there are some different ways I work with reversals. The message today is very clear. The message is to use opportunities of imbalance, to choose to pay attention to what is imbalanced in your circumstances because there will be new insights. The sword pointed up represents the Ace of Swords of illumination and new insight and new awareness of your intuition and your higher mind. And so there's a great synchronicity here around the overall theme of the month, which is to hold curiosity about what you have to learn about perceptions of imbalance, because there will be new new awareness and new teachings and new joy in even what in the past may have seemed like a mistake or an error. And I honestly can say that I have been experiencing that already in the last 2 weeks. So I appreciated the encouragement to continue this practice right now. So these two cards, the strong heart and the choice to focus on the support that you have from others and the support of the blessings in your life, and the feeling of emotional appreciation and gratitude, will enable you to pay attention to new understandings that happen when there's any form of imbalance. And you may find that you experience this in new ways, and then that enables you to show up in new ways and create an entirely new trajectory, because you haven't lost momentum by attaching meaning from the past into what's happening now. The final card in the position of spirit is a card of mastery. It's the Queen of Wands. And I work with this card a lot. I love her and I love all the teachings. And I received some really deep energy healings yesterday when I pulled this spread from her. And this is in the position of spirit. And what this card is saying to you now is that you have access by showing up in this way and by choosing to look for new perspectives and to receive the gifts that are hidden in patterns that may in the past have seemed limiting. You have the opportunity now to step into new courage and commitment and illuminated creativity and illuminated intuition and illuminated mind, the rays emanating from her crown and the pine cone at the top of her wand is her scepter is illuminated intuition and illuminated sight, so that you can step into the full creative fire of what's possible in your life. An overriding theme of the Queens is compassion, is our ability to hold compassion for ourselves and others, and that's a keynote of this outcome of this full moon, is new qualities of compassion. And compassion can seem super abstract, and so the way I'm working with the gift of compassion this month is around kindness, and encouraging myself in every moment as I pay attention to imbalances that come up, to encourage myself to be super kind to myself and to others. And then through that kindness, new insights arise, because it can enable me to return to emotional coherence and to being in my heart and choosing to know that we're all doing our best. Right now, there really is an infusion of joy available, even in the middle of big mistakes and big errors. They open up and flower into something brand new that heals the past and can literally create a new storyline. So I invite you in the coming days to commit to kindness to yourself and others. Hold appreciation in your heart for the gifts of your relationships and the gifts of what we are all creating together and the gifts of what we have created and the adventure of the life path you are traveling on, and those companions who are traveling with you. And you will receive, as you commit to kindness and as you commit to appreciation and as you commit to yourself and your tribe, you will receive new insights and new awareness and new visions of possibility, because the overriding potential right now is to expand beyond what we thought was possible. And so the final card, the punchline, the fourth card in our spread is the star. After I drew this spread and meditated, I drew a fourth card asking for a final message or an affirmation for the month. And the star represents the age of Aquarius and the truth that each of us is expanding into our own star being, and the And through the expansion of each of us and through the expansion of our collective, we are literally stepping into a new world which we are creating together. And the age of Aquarius is an age of new consciousness and new commitment to our collective and new awareness of what's possible in our life. The truth of who we are, our willingness to receive the light on ourselves and then to offer our light to the world is the practical gift of this full moon. And so this is an immediate message, and it's also a larger context of what's really possible in our world right now. So I invite you in this full moon, and if you're seeing the message before the full moon, begin now to draw down the light, to receive the light, to ask for support, for strengthening your ability to be kind to yourself, to know that you're doing your best, and to release yourself from old patterns of judgment and blame and limitation so that you can really feel the infusion of truth, of the gems and treasures that are hidden in every moment when we learn to look and look for the treasures and find the treasures and feel your ability to move forward in the strength and the depth of power that's possible when you choose yourself and choose kindness and choose the heart. So have a really fantastic full moon celebration and a really amazing 2 weeks of bathing in the light and exploring the light and treasure hunting with your tribe. And thank you again for sharing in these messages and helping to evoke these teachings from our higher selves and our collective of support. Have a really great Scorpio full moon. This is Elizabeth Shermer and the Alchemy Mystery School with your Scorpio full moon message.